Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. Okay, hold up, let's turn on this brightness. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, is that it? No. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, perfect. Awesome, hello. Welcome to stream. How are you? Oh man, I don't have Hamlet ready. Dang it! I was so ready. I was like, yes, I have everything ready. And I took a little bit of extra time, but it's okay. Now I realize I'm not ready. Okay. Hello! Now I'm ready. Okay. Cool. Cool. Welcome to stream. My name is XP. I'm eating kiwis today. Today is the day that we read more Hamlet. What did I do this weekend? So I mean, I work on Saturdays, so that's nothing new, but on Sunday I went to a cool cherry blossom festival. That was great. I don't know. That's about it. Cherry Blossom Festival was packed. Let me just say. So there was just like everyone and a half there, which is too bad because it wasn't the best place that I've been for cherry blossoms. I would say it was like there are a lot of them for sure, but not the best by any means at all. So yeah, pretty crazy. Let's see what else. I was supposed to do a puppet show this weekend. That's pretty strange, I guess. But I got out of it. Got out of a puppet show this weekend. So a friend of mine, his mom came, and his mom is Korean. But they live in New Zealand. And so his mom came, and she made a whole bunch of Korean food. He lives in Korea right now. But he was like, I have too much food. My mom came, and she just like loaded me up. She loaded up my freezer. And I'm not going to be able to eat all this. And I was like, I know someone who can. I'm that person. And he was like, okay, but like, what are we gonna barter here? I was like, barter? Let me tell you my skill. Puppet show. But instead of a puppet show, I just gave him good company. And we like sang some songs for a little bit. It was pretty wholesome. So that's nice. So yeah. I realize now that probably makes my friends seem like really weird. But maybe not. I don't know. Chuck the kiwi into the distance. And then, yeah, that's it. Tomorrow is my friend's birthday. So I will be gone tomorrow. But, that being said, I bought this birthday candle. And it sings. It's so bad. I listened to the birthday song that it sings. Here, I'll just play it for you. It sounds really demonic. Like super demonic. Okay. Let me play it for you. I have it here. So this is what I'm going to put on my friend's birthday cupcake. I'm just getting them a cupcake. Because it's just my friend and I at this birthday party. That's it. I'm the best birthday party planner ever. I will invite no one to your birthday party. And I'll buy you this. Are you ready? Terrifying. Absolutely horrendous. Like, if I ever had that at my birthday, I would go, that's what you got? What? But it's also like way too fast. It's kind of out of key. It doesn't really have like a real key. And it's just, yeah, it just sounds like something you would hear in a horror movie. I love it. I also thought about there were these dinosaur balloons too. I was like, it would be dope if it was like a dinosaur themed birthday party. But then I remembered, I was like, no one else is going to be there. So it's going to be really awkward if I just like decorate my apartment with dinosaur balloons. And then do that. Oh, hello, Isabel. Welcome to chat. Oh, if I could shrink other people to ant size, what would I do? It depends on the people. Because I feel like I would do different things if I could shrink different people to ant size. Which, let me just say, today I was at the park. Ants were crawling all over me today. The ants are out and they're ready to eat you alive. Let me just say, okay? I don't know. I'd probably do anything that I normally do with just regular ants. Because, I mean, if people are ant size, I'm not going to really see them all the time. So if I'm walking, does this also include me? Is this the entire population of people other than me? I don't understand what's happening. So, I mean, and if you think about it too, the whole human race shrunk down to ant size. It's not that many people. Oh, it's my power. That's a lame power. I don't know. Like, can I unshrink them, Isabel? Can I unshrink people from ant size? Because if I can unshrink people, then like maybe I will be a little bit more merciful. Oh, okay. Okay, if I can unshrink people, then maybe like I won't just, I don't know. Maybe I would probably shrink people that I don't get along with very well. Or people who are nuisances. I would probably shrink them to ant size. But I would shrink multiple people so that they could build little ant societies together and just be like unlikable in their own societies rather than just by themselves. Because I'm, you know, I like the idea of people being able to form a community and being happy. You know, just because I don't like them doesn't mean nobody likes them. And they don't have, they have families. They have people that care about them. So maybe they want to be ant-sized too. So. But I also don't know, because I mean, if you're ant-sized, does that mean also time is going to pass by differently for you? Or is a day going to be a day for you? Or is life going to pass you by faster if you're ant-sized than if you're, you know what I'm saying? Because ants don't live that long. So I don't know if humans that are ant-sized are also going to have like tiny insignificant lives like we do anyway in the span of time. So, okay, Ray, this is a great question. So, Ray, let me tell you, this is a great segue into the Hamlet discussion. So, we are reading Hamlet. And Hamlet is the son of the King of Denmark. Thanks for the follow, Isabel. Hamlet is the son of Denmark, or the son of the King of Denmark. And currently, the King of Denmark is his uncle. So, he's the son of the previous king, which you would think would mean he would be the heir to the throne, right? Oh, thank you for the follow, Ray. Appreciate it. And Hamlet's dad dies. And we find out that it's his uncle that kills him. But the thing is, so his uncle turns into the king, right? And once his uncle becomes the king, his uncle marries his mom. Nuts. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ludicrous, okay? And so Hamlet's mom technically becomes his mother aunt. And Hamlet's uncle, who becomes the king of Denmark, becomes his uncle father. So that is how he is his uncle and his dad. Ridiculous. So Hamlet obviously doesn't accept him as his father, which is kind of course. I mean, if I was in that situation, I probably wouldn't either. But still. Okay. So, I know, right, Miles? Isn't Hamlet so good? It's such a good play. And it's so dramatic. And it's so... It's got so much ridiculousness. I mean, honestly, Ray, I think everybody loves his mom. His uncle loves his mom. His dad loves his mom. Ray loves his mom. I know it's supposed to be a mom joke, but like still, it works because literally so many men just love Hamlet's mom. So, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, what's up, Keek? Welcome to chat. Man, so many new faces today. This is very exciting for me. Very excited. So, okay, let's get started with reading. Okay. So, we are on scene 6 of Act 4 of Hamlet. So, if you were not here last week, which it seems, I do make music as well. I make both music and, oh my god, am I on the music side right now or am I on the just chatting? I want to make sure. Okay, yes, I am on just chatting. Okay. I make music and I read. I studied music in university. So, woo. So, yeah. And no, my aircon is not plugged in. I do not use air conditioning, so it's totally fine. Okay. So, if you were not here, basically this is what happened the last time I streamed. And I just do this as a recap. I post these reading sessions on YouTube. So if you ever want to like see the stories being told as they are told, you can watch them on YouTube. I am not singing songs today. I do some streams that are dedicated to singing, but today is not one of those days. So, yes. Keek, I teach English overseas in Korea. What? Crazy. I know. So, yeah. Miles, I typically sing on Fridays. Today, for me, is a Monday evening. I usually sing on Friday evenings. So, if you would like to see me sing, you can see me sing on a Friday evening. I am a teacher. And then on Twitch, I am also kind of a teacher. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. Yeah. You gotta hold out till Friday, Ray. You gotta hold out. Okay, so what's happening right now in the book is essentially Hamlet killed somebody. It wasn't his uncle. It was some other guy. So it's a guy named Polonius, and Polonius was essentially like the simp of the king. He would like do anything for the king. King was his senpai. And he killed Polonius, this guy. And he essentially... Hamlet disposes of the body. This is like a big thing where everybody's really upset because Hamlet disposed of the body and everybody wants to know where the body is. But Hamlet's like, I'm not going to tell you where the body is. What's up, Ray? Ask your question. I'm going to keep explaining before your question comes in. But, okay. So, essentially, nobody knows where the body is except for Hamlet. And everyone's really upset. And then his daughter comes in and is like, my dad's dead. And I'm feeling a little bit crazy, and I'm really upset that my dad's dead. I don't want my dad to be dead. And the king's like, yeah, I get it. We're trying to find his body, but we can't find his body because Hamlet won't tell us where the body is. And then Polonius' son comes in. Polonius' son is named Laertes. Now, Laertes comes in, and he's just like, where the hell is the body? And the king's like, sorry, we don't know where the body is because Hamlet won't tell us where the body is. And Laertes is like, who knows where the body is? And Laertes is like, Hamlet knows where the body is. I need to find Hamlet. And the king is like, wow, you're a smart dude. So essentially, the daughter of Polonius is going crazy, aka her name is Ophelia. Ophelia is going crazy. Laertes is really upset. The king is just trying to find the body. And Hamlet is like, whatever, I don't care about any of them. I mean, okay, I've talked about carrier pigeons before on stream, Keek. And I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but carrier pigeons can only go one way. It's only one-way mail, okay? You have to take a carrier pigeon from its nest, take it to your house, and eventually, whenever you have a message, you put it in its foot, and then you make sure it tries to find its home nest. Samster, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So, the carrier pigeon essentially has to find its home nest. That's it. That's how carrier pigeons work. You don't just catch a pigeon and then the pigeon flies to your, Man, I don't know how carrier owls work. Look, I just know how carrier pigeons work. Carrier pigeons, one-way mail, okay? It's like a one-way street. They only go one way, okay? That's it. Okay. So, now, we're going to start scene 6, okay? We're going to start reading. And we're in scene 6, act 4. So the king was just explaining to Laertes, the son of Polonius, that his dad is dead. Okay, and Laertes is like, I know where to find this guy who knows where the body is. I know where the body is. Hamlet knows where the body is. So if I know where Hamlet is, I know where the body is. But, okay, Hamlet is getting exiled to England. So that's also a thing. Okay, so we're in another room in the castle, and enter Horatio and a servant. And Horatio says, what are they that would speak with me? And the servant says, seafaring men, sir. They say they have letters for you. And Horatio says, let them come in. And then the servant exits. So, I agree. You missed out on Macbeth, Miles. Miles, we read Macbeth maybe 2 months ago. So good. They have each other's backs. They're like gangsters with each other, to be honest. But anyway, okay. So Horatio and a servant are chilling right now. And Horatio's just like, what? There are who outside? And the servant's like, look, there are some sailors outside. They want to come in here. They want to tell you something. Okay, so the servant leaves. And Horatio is talking to himself. He says, I don't know from what part of the world I should be greeted if not from Lord Hamlet. So Horatio's like, I don't know why anybody has any business with me if it's not from Hamlet. Okay? So like, I guess Horatio and Hamlet maybe have like a thing going on. I don't know. I think that's possible, to be completely honest. So the sailors come in and the first sailor says, God bless you, sir. And then Horatio says, I didn't sneeze. No, I'm kidding. And then Horatio says, let him bless there too. And the first sailor says, he shall, sir, and it please him. There's a letter for you, sir. It comes from the ambassador that was bound for England, if your name be Horatio, as I am let to know it is. So, okay. Essentially, the first sailor is like, hey, bro, Hamlet sent you a letter from England. Okay? Listen up. And Horatio reads this letter aloud. So I have to read aloud this play where someone is reading aloud, and he says, Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Ere we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate of very warlike appointment gave us chase. Okay, so essentially, they were like, we were at sea for 2 days, and already there was somebody chasing us on the ocean. There were already pirates who were just like, hey, bro, stop sailing. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled valor, and in the gripple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear of our ship, I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy, but they knew what they did. I am to do a turn for them. Let the king have the letters I have sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldest fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear, will make thee dumb, yet are they too light for the bore of the matter. These good fellows will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell, he that thou knowest mine, Hamlet. What? Wait, Keek? Hold on a second. Keek, you know Sola? Okay, hold up. We might have something to talk about. Yeah, I know Sola. Anyway, okay. Sola's a friend of mine. Anyway. So, essentially, Hamlet's saying that, right, there was like a whole bunch of stuff that happened at sea, and then I became a prisoner of pirates, and then like all of this other stuff. So my 2 escorts that were going to take me to England essentially are still going to England, but I am not. I got kidnapped. Oops. And then that's it. Yes, Sola is great. I love Sola. She's amazing. Wonderful friend. She was actually, I had a housewarming party like 3 or 4 weeks ago. She was at my housewarming party. She's dope. She's awesome. Great person. Okay. And then Horatio says, come, I will make you way for these your letters, and do it the speedier that you may direct me to him from whom you brought them. And then they exeunt. Hello, Clusina. Welcome to chat. I'm living in Korea. Yes, good question. Okay, so that was the end of scene 6. Okay, so essentially it's just saying Horatio got a letter from Hamlet, and Hamlet is telling him what happened while he was sailing to be exiled. Essentially, the exile went not according to plan because he got kidnapped by pirates. Amazing. You know, that would honestly, I don't know if that would be dope or absolutely horrible. Because can you imagine you're already getting kicked out of your own country and you're going somewhere else, and then somebody's like, haha, nope, actually, you're gonna come with us. You are gonna be my prisoner now. It's kind of like, if you think about, what is it? If you think about Beauty and the Beast is like, hey, or the Beast says, you're my prisoner now, and then, oh, what's her name? Not Beauty. Her name is Belle. Belle's just like, yep, I guess so. Can't go anywhere. Oops. Or no, that's when he's talking about her uncle, grandpa, father. I think he's a father. The clockmaker dude. So weird. And he has no other prisoners, so I don't understand why he's so possessive of the one prisoner that he has that's like her weird dad. It makes no sense. Anyway, okay. Maybe he just wants company. Maybe he just wants human company instead of like singing teacup company. Okay. So this is happening in another room in the castle. So Horatio's reading this in a different room in the castle. Oh, okay. The queen and the king and Ophelia are in another room in the castle. And then there's another room in the castle. Oh, okay. This is where the king and Laertes are going. Okay. So this is the original room in the castle where the king and Laertes are talking. And then Horatio's just in a different room. But it says here it's in another room in the castle. I don't know why we're doing all this. So the king and Laertes come in. And the king says, now must your conscience my acquittance seal, and you must put me in your heart for friend. Sith you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he which hath your noble father slain pursued my life. So the king's like, look, Hamlet's trying to kill me. He killed your dad. He's a little bit crazy. And Laertes says, it well appears, but tell me why you proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful and so capital in nature, as by your safety wisdom, all things else, you mainly were stirred up. So, Laertes is like, look, I get it. Hamlet's a little bit off the wire. Like, I don't get what's happening with Hamlet. But, like, why didn't you try to stop anything? That's what I'm trying to understand. That's what he's trying to understand at this point now. And so, the king is gonna come back with like this really long monologue, which is gonna be great. And the king's like, oh, for two special reasons, which may to you perhaps seem much unsinewed. And yet to me they're strong. The queen his mother lives almost by his looks, and for myself, my virtue or my plague, be it either which, she's so conjunctive to my life and soul that as the star moves, but not in his sphere, I could not but by her. So essentially he's like, the first reason I cannot kill Hamlet is because I'm married to his mom. Which, again, he's my uncle and my dad. So he's Hamlet's uncle. He's also Hamlet's dad because he's married to his mom. So by default, he has to, like, you know, he can't kill him because otherwise his wife would be really upset. The other motive, why to a public count I might not go, is the great love the general gender bear him, who, dipping all his faults in their affection, would like the spring that turneth wood to stone, convert his gyves to graces, so that my arrows too slightly timbered for so loud a wind, would have reverted to my bow again, and not where I had aimed them. So the king is like, also, okay, people really like Hamlet. People really like Hamlet. He's like a cool guy. Everybody sees him as that. Ladies love him. Guys think he's super cool, whatever. And if I kill him, it's going to make me look bad. So I shouldn't kill him because if I do, I'm going to get some flack for it. And Laertes says, and so have I, a noble father, lost a sister driven into desperate terms, whose worth, if praises may go back again, stood challenger on mount of all the age for her perfections. But my revenge will come. And Laertes is like, I don't really care. You know what? Fine. I am going to get revenge on Hamlet. Okay? Because whatever. And the king says, break not your sleeps for that. You must not think that we are made of stuff so flat and dull that we can let our beard be shook with danger and think it pastime. You shortly shall hear more. I loved your father, and we love ourselves, and that, I hope, will teach you to imagine. Okay, and then a messenger comes in with a whole bunch of letters, and he says, how now, brown cow? What news? So, okay. The king's like, you know, whatever. Do whatever you're gonna do. I'm not gonna say anything, even though I would totally do the same thing. But it's gonna make me look bad if I do it. So, like, if you do it, it's probably better. And then a messenger comes in, and he has, like, a thing, and the king's just like, what is this about? And the messenger says, letters, my lord, from Hamlet. This to your majesty, this to the queen. And the king says, from Hamlet, who brought them? And the messenger says, sailors, my lord, they say. I saw them not. They were given me by Claudio. He received them of him that brought them. Okay. So the messenger's just like, look, I got them from some strangers. I heard they're from Hamlet. I got one for you. I got one for the queen. I'm just trying to do my job, okay? And the king says, Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. And then the messenger leaves. So the king's just like, I don't know what this is about. But I guess Laertes can hear this, because if he's gonna kill Hamlet, then, you know, the least I can do is let him hear this terrible letter from Hamlet. And so it says, high and mighty. What a sarcastic little piece of crap. I love and I hate Hamlet at the same time, because Hamlet's like 18 in this book, just so you know. And so Hamlet's just so sarcastic, and he hates his uncle father so much. So he called him high and mighty. It's in a sarcastic and really just like, not deprecating, but it's in a way where he's not actually complimenting him or calling him high and mighty. So he says, high and mighty, you shall know that I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first asking your pardon, thereunto recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hello, punk. How are you? Hamlet sure is something, I know, right? So Hamlet's like, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Oops. Okay, so this might be a little bit later. I don't know. I don't know if time has passed here. I don't know what's happening. But essentially, Hamlet's just saying, tomorrow I'm gonna be back. I am destitute. I don't have anything to my name, okay? But I'm gonna be there. And I'm gonna be in front of your eyes. And I'm gonna say, I love you, king. You go off. And I need it. I need you back. And the king says, what should this mean? Are all the rest come back? Or is it some abuse and no such thing? And Laertes says, know you the hand? The king says, 'tis Hamlet's character. Naked. And in a postscript here, he says, alone. Can you advise me? So the king's a little bit shaken. He's just like, oh, Hamlet's coming by himself. Where's Guildenstern and Rosencrantz, man? And Laertes says, I'm lost in it, my lord, but let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus diest thou. I guess they haven't found the body, because I don't think Hamlet told them. I'm gonna just say, okay, so the king says, if it be so, Laertes, as how should it be so? How otherwise? Will you be ruled by me? And Laertes says, aye, my lord, so you will not overrule me to a peace. The king says, to thine own peace. If he be now returned as checking at his voyage, and that he means no more to undertake it, I will work him to an exploit now ripe in my device, under the which he shall not choose but fall. And for his death no wind of blame shall breathe, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice, and call it accident. Okay. So, the king is like, are you gonna, if Hamlet comes back, are you gonna stay loyal to me? And Laertes is like, yes, of course I'm gonna stay loyal to you. I love you. And the king's like, good, well, if you're going to, then, like, go at it, man. You know, just kill him. And then when you kill him, just say it was an accident. Don't take any of the blame of his death. Just let it be an accident. Otherwise his mother will, give me anything for it. And Laertes said, my lord, I will be ruled, the rather if you could devise it so, that I might be the organ. And the king says, it falls right. So the king is really just manipulating Laertes. He's like, Laertes, he did such a horrible thing to you. You really should just kill him. He's just such a horrible guy, right? And Laertes is like, yeah, he's such a horrible guy. He killed my dad. And he's like, yeah, you should kill him. The king, this is, I don't know why, I know why I'm giving him like a Scar kind of air about him, but still. You have been talkative since your travel much, and that in Hamlet's hearing for a quality wherein they say you shine. Your sum of parts did not together pluck such envy from him as did that one, and that in my regard of the unworthiest siege. And Laertes says, what part is that, my lord? And the king says, a very ribbon in the cap of youth, yet needful too, for youth no less becomes the light and careless livery that it wears than settled age his sables and his weeds, importing health and graveness. 2 months since, here was a gentleman of Normandy. I've seen myself and served against the French, nay, can well, on horseback. But this gallant had witchcraft in it. He grew unto his seat, and to such wondrous doing brought his horse, as had he been encorpsed and demi-natured, with the brave beast. So far he topped my thought that I, in forgery of shapes and tricks, come short of what he did. Laertes is kind of hyena is he's kind of like a hyena. I think of kind of anybody that really supports the king as the hyenas. Because if you think about it, right? So there's Laertes, but you also have Polonius, right? So Polonius really just blindly followed the king. He was like, I'm serving you, my lord. I care about you, my lord. I will do anything for you, my lord, right? And Laertes is kind of doing the same thing that his father did, right? Like father, like son. So he's doing the same thing. Ophelia's kind of, she's gone crazy. So nope, she can't be a hyena. But it's just all of these people that serve him so blindly and that have this, what is it? I don't remember the word. It's just, it's just blind dedication to this man. And Laertes says, "A Norman, was it?" And the king says, "A Norman." Laertes, "Upon my life, landlord." King, "The very same." This is such bullcrap. The king is, Claudius is so manipulative. And Laertes says, "I know him well. He is the brooch indeed and gem of all the nation." And the king says, "He made confession of you and gave you such a masterly report, for ardent exercise in your defense and for your rapier, most especial, that he cried out, 'Twould be a sight indeed if one could match you. The scrimmers of their nation, he swore, had neither motion, guard, nor eye, if you opposed them. Sir, this report of his did Hamlet so envenom with his envy, that he could nothing do but wish and beg your sudden coming over to play with him. Now out of this." Laertes says, "What out of this, my lord?" King, "Laertes, was your father dear to you, or are you like the painting of a sorrow, a face without a heart?" Which is so, this makes me so upset, because the king is saying all of these things. He's like, "Oh, don't you care about your father? Aren't you upset about your father being killed? Or are you just weeping and pretending that you're upset when really you don't actually have your heart fully into this?" Which is so contradictory to what he was saying at the beginning when Hamlet was mourning and weeping for his father. And he's like, "It's been 2 months. Why are you still mourning? Why is your heart still broken?" Right? And now he's like, "Laertes, why is your heart not actually broken? Why are you being so strong? Why are you pretending like you don't care as much? Or are you just crying for the sake of it?" Laertes say, "Why ask you this?" And the king says, "Not that I think you did not love your father, but that I know love is begun by time, and that I see in passages of proof time qualifies the spark and fire of it. There lives within the very flame of love a kind of wick or snuff that will abate it. And nothing is at a like goodness still, for goodness growing in a pleurisy dies in his own too much. That we should do when we would, for this would changes, and hath abatements and delays as many as there are tongues, our hands, our accidents, and then this should is like a spendthrift sigh that hurts by easing. But to the quick of the ulcer, Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show yourself your father's son in deed, more than in words?" So the king is like, either there's what feels like an obligation to kill Hamlet, or it's something you must do. It's either something you have to do or something that you are doing because you want to do it. Yeah, it's a want or a need. You want to do it means you're doing it out of passion, and you need to do it is you're doing it out of obligation. Now, he's saying you need to show your passion through this action. You need to show that you actually want to kill this man. How are you going to prove that you were Polonius's son with more than just your words? He's saying, if the passion isn't there, Hamlet's not going to know the difference. Hamlet's not going to know the difference between you and any other man who's killing him. And Laertes says, "To cut his throat in the church." So Laertes is saying he's going to cut Hamlet's throat in a church. He would do that in front of the Son of God. And the king says, "No place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. But good Laertes, will you do this? Keep close within your chamber. Hamlet returned shall know you are come home. We'll put on those shall praise your excellence, and set a double varnish on the fame the Frenchman gave you. Bring you in fine together, and wager on your heads. He, being remiss, most generous and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils, so that with ease or with a little shuffling you may choose the sword unabated, and in a passive practice requite him for your father." He's just saying the same thing. He's like, okay, maybe not in the church, but alas, let's get him killed. You will know when he's here, and he will know that you are here. And Laertes says, "I will do it, and for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, so mortal that but dip a knife in it, Where it draws blood, no cataplasm. So where, collected from all simples that have virtue under the moon, can save the thing from death that is but scratched withal. I'll touch my point with this contagion that, if I gall him slightly, it may be death. This is so dramatic. And the king says, let's further think of this, weigh what convenience both of time and means may fit us to our shape. If this should fail, and that our drift look through our bad performance, 'twere better not essayed. Therefore this project should have a back, or second, that might hold if this did blast improve. Soft, let me see. We'll make a solemn wager on your cunnings, I have it. When in your emotions you are hot and dry, as make your bouts more violent to that end, and that he calls for drink, you have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escaped your venomed stock, our purpose may hold there. But say, what noise? So, the king is essentially like, okay, yes, this is a good plan. This is a good plan. You have a really sharp knife. Awesome. But we should have a backup plan. Or like, maybe a less violent first plan. Like maybe poison or like something like that to like really kill him. And like if he doesn't die from the poison, maybe we'll just like kill him after. Or if we kill him first and he like doesn't actually die from us trying to kill him, maybe we'll poison him after and then he'll actually die. Right, I know. Laertes is like, plan A, I have a sharp knife. I have a sword, man. It's gonna cut him deep. And the king's just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought we were trying to be covert here. So yeah, the queen comes in and the king's like, how now, Bronco, sweet queen? And the queen says, oh, one woe doth tread upon another's heels, so fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes. I was not expecting that. Ophelia drowned? What the heck? Oh my god. So, alright, I guess Ophelia went swimming. Alright. And Laertes says, drown it? Oh, where? I wonder if this is going to distract Laertes. Because I'm thinking, if Ophelia died, Laertes is probably going to want to have a funeral or like pay his respects in some kind of way. And I feel like he might miss out on Hamlet being there. You know what I'm saying? And the queen says, there is a willow grows aslant a brook that shows his hoary leaves to the in the glass tree. Yeah, I love showing my hoary greens. There with fantastic garlands did she make of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples that liberal shepherds give a grosser name, but our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There on the pendant boughs her crownet weeds, clamoring to hang an envious sliver broke. When down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook, her clothes spread wide and mermaid-like, awhile they bore her up. Which time she chanted snatches of old lauds as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death. So essentially she jumped into a river and she was like, whatever. She was just so sad. She was just so sad after her father died that she was like, I'm done. And Laertes said, alas, then she is drowned. And the queen says, drowned, drowned. Did she not fall in? I don't think so. Because, I mean, no one was there, so I wouldn't think that she just fell in. I think she probably would have gone in. Or, like, jumped in. Yeah, because she was wearing a crown of flowers. So it seems that, like, I mean, I don't think she fell. No. I don't think that the branch broke. Maybe. I mean, it could be possible. So there, on the pendant boughs, her crown of weeds, clamoring to hang and envy. Oh, well, it's possible, yeah. Actually, I may be reading this wrong. Punk, that's very true. She could have fallen in. I think it's probably more likely. Because she was making a flower crown, and it looks like she was clamoring to hang and envious sliver broke. Yeah, so she was hanging from a tree, and then it broke. And then she fell in. So maybe she... No. Punk, you're probably very right. I could be... I'm reading fast. So this is very likely to have happened. Yeah, so it just seems that she fell. Which, I mean, if it's a brook, there are also probably lots of rocks on the bottom of the brook. Because, I mean, you say babbling brook, right? And, I mean, a brook has stones on the bottom. So she probably fell from the willow, hit her head, died. Her clothes became really heavy, and she drowned. I mean, that makes sense that would happen. So, yeah, she just died. Awesome. So, yeah. And then Laertes says, too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. But yet it is our trick, nature her custom holds, let shame say what it will. When these are gone, the woman will be out. Adieu, my lord, I have a speech of fire that fain would ablaze. But that, this folly doubts it. That's so crappy. Yeah, I know, she really did get off-screened, right? Because, I mean, Laertes is like, whatever, I'm not gonna cry because, like, whatever, it's just it's what Mother Nature does. She just kills people, whatever. And it's like, Laertes, no, that doesn't happen. People climb trees for a reason. It's because they enjoy it. And then now you're saying, oops. No! And then the king says, let's follow Gertrude. How much I had to do to calm his rage. Now fear I this will give it start again. Therefore, let's follow. And then they all exhumed. And that's the end. That's the end of Act 4. That's so lame. Yeah, I feel bad for Ophelia too. Like, okay, to be fair, was Ophelia a likable character? Not to me. But at the same time, it's just like, if you're gonna kill off a character, don't just have them fall off of a willow tree. Come on, Shakespeare, you're better than this. That's so lame. And of course, like, there's all of this hubbub about Polonius, who's so much worse than Ophelia. Though, I mean, Ophelia, to be fair, Ophelia lied and said that Hamlet was, like, sexually assaulting her. Whereas Polonius was just following the king blindly. So I think they both have their faults for sure. I mean, I think Ophelia definitely was more intentional with her faults. But Polonius, on the other hand, he was just naive. And he was just this naive old man. And Laertes is falling into the same trap. Whereas Ophelia, I think, was more of a... I want to get this money and I want to make sure that I'm provided for, which, I mean, I get it. I respect the hustle, but at the same time, don't be spreading lies and rumors about people, if you know what I'm saying. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this last act. I think it'll be really interesting. This is taking a lot of turns that I was not expecting. So I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really good. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for coming to today's stream. I had a really good time today. Mondays are always really strong. For some reason, I don't know why, Mondays are always just like very popular. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, that's why it is a classic. Well, I mean, I think classics are formed because they're very pertinent to multiple times, like multiple time periods. They have to be timeless to be classics, right? They have to have themes that apply to people throughout time. It can't just be like, the Emoji Movie is not a classic, right? It doesn't apply to people throughout time. It's not going to apply to people throughout time. It's going to have a whole bunch of lingo in it that people don't understand, and at least probably in like 20 years, right? Punk, do not get worked up about this. But, you know, things like this, you know, it's about making sure that there are themes that are pertinent to people throughout time, for sure. But I'm excited to see what happens in this last act. Again, tomorrow there is no stream. I'm sorry. It's just what's happening. I have a birthday party. So I hope you have a great day. I will see you on Thursday. It's going to be a couple of days. I'm sorry. But at least you got to see the demented birthday candle. Pretty exciting. So, yeah. If you enjoyed today's stream, feel free to follow. If not, that's totally okay. I hope you have a good evening, or a good afternoon, or a good morning, and a good day. So, goodbye. Thank you.